Well, we're very excited in Ireland because there's been a series of wells drilled in the last 50 years. Some of them have been hydraulically fractured in the last 50 years and they've shown gas, but they've been conventional wells. And now this new system of being able to go down and to drill horizontally through shales, which is where the gas originally came from, looking at those shales, we're really confident that we have a good possibility of bringing to the surface a low pressure gas of high quality. Very strongly. It's a beautiful country, the Emerald Isle as they call it, and it is just that. So we've got to be very conscious of the local people's sensitivities and the general environment. So we must not affect any of the watercourses, we must not make too much noise, we must not cover too much of the country with anything that's unacceptable. I'm an environmentalist myself and I feel really that we can achieve those things. Well, the public have been frightened really by the film Gaslands, which has been shown quite extensively in the area. So we realised within a couple of months of getting our licences here that we had to go out and explain to them exactly what it was all about. As I say, they've been frightened. We had to show them that the techniques we're using are not extraordinary. They're all things that we can control, and especially in Europe at the moment, where the regulators and the regulatory the rules are extremely strictly set, and we think they'll be more strictly set in the time ahead. So we went out to meet the general public, first of all to the councils, but that wasn't good enough because a lot of ordinary people out there, I say ordinary people, these are the people who are living in the countryside. They're intelligent people. We felt if we talked to them, they would see what we were doing and maybe would become more confident about it.
Have you had any success?
We think so. We've spoken to over 1,100 people over a period of 2 months. We presented our data to them, showing what we were doing, and then we answered questions for up to 4 hours afterwards. A lot of the same questions. They were concerned about the water supplies locally, they were concerned about the air conditions. Some of them were concerned about whether we're going to bring them jobs. Was the money all going to disappear off to this Australian company, if you like, overseas? Was it all going to go overseas? Well, we told them that we're dealing here with what is potentially an £8 billion project. These are long-term jobs, lasting for 30 to 40, 50 years probably. And most of the monies, we reckon something like 80% of the money will be spent locally. So it's really going to spin off into the community, employing a lot of people directly and indirectly, really helping the local economy. Well, this company I'm working with is determined that Ireland will actually set a world standard. We're going to have as few pads with drilling rigs on as possible. We're going to cut the amount of traffic going into them by having wells on the site. We're not going to let water get away from those sites. It's low pressure gas, as I say, and we feel that that doesn't present a danger. It can be piped. There's a lot of local industry. So we're very confident that we will do something here if people will trust us. And one of the things we do know is that trust is earned. Words are one thing. Really what we have to do over the next 2 to 3 years is go and drill 1 or 2 test wells, show how they can be done, how the gas can be found if it's there. I must say, we think in terms of something like 70% chance of success on this. It's not 100% certain we'll get any gas. If we don't get gas, we'll be gone in 2 or 3 years. But if we get gas, as I say, I'm absolutely confident we can produce something that is world standard. And people will look at Ireland in 10 years' time and say, wow, look, didn't they do a good job? It is still a very pretty island. It's not affected the tourist industry, which is very important there. And people have gained in the local areas.